right, fantasy goers. You've been put in a stranglehold. I don't know if you guys know this or not. That opening song was in salute to the Lone Grangers because apparently he's got a stranglehold on the league, you guys. So if you guys are feeling like you're strangled right now, just know that it's the Lone Grangers. All right, you got to blame Luke for everything this week that's happening in your lives because there's a few more things that are coming up. Welcome everyone to this week's video. This week is suit and tie week, trying to look fancy for you. But first of all, first things first. So if anyone actually read the league managers or the message board note that Mr. LaGrange left, I'm going to read it to you. So here it goes verbatim. So I don't know if at this point, Mr. Wookie Commish, but the waiver, I don't know if you can edit it at this point, but the waiver wire order to start the season should be in reverse order of the draft. 12th order being first on waiver order and so on. The Lone Grangers already have a stranglehold on this league. And although I'm eager to hit up the waiver wire week 2 and fuck everyone even harder, I don't feel right about using my number 1 waiver status considering I picked number 3 or overall in the draft. You can fix this, stinking ass Wookie. That would be great. If not, I'm going to go steal an awesome waiver wire pick from all y'all bitches. So, I hear and I listen. The waiver wire order has been changed to reflect LaGrange's requests. So just a little backstory on this. When I first started the league, first thing LaGrange was like, hey, what's the waiver wire order situation? A few years ago, we're in a league and I didn't have any waivers. Apparently nobody likes that. And I guess apparently in fantasy football, everyone has their own opinion. Everyone's an expert on the way it should be, the best way to do it. So here's what happened with this league. When we first decided to start it, we decided to keep it to the default settings, but we also had it in Yahoo. The default settings from Yahoo were different from the default settings in ESPN. So when I took everyone's considerations that they wanted to go to ESPN, the waiver wire order stayed to the default of the ESPN. So apparently, right after that happened, of course, I got people bitching. LaGrange, Chris Johnson, why is the waiver order like this? It's not fair. I want this league to be a democracy, okay? I want everyone to feel like they have a voice, and also I don't want to hear everyone bitching, which is still happening either way, no matter what I do. So thanks a lot for that, LaGrange. But I did put a poll up. So this league is a democracy. I can change the waiver wire order anytime I want to. So there's only 2 options. And the funny thing is that I told Luke about this. I showed him the 2 options. He voted on the one he wanted, and after that he's still complaining about the order. So I fixed it exactly how I wanted. I hope you're happy, Luke. I can't do anything else for you. But I can also tell everybody else that they can go vote on the way they want it to be. So you can vote from your phone. If you guys go to your phone and you go to the app and you go to the Activities and Messages tab. So right up here in the top little left button, Activities and Messages. Right there. And then you can see the poll that's up. It's right there, waiver wire settings. And you can also see the message board, where videos will be from now on. They'll also be on the league manager's page. When you go online, you can see it. So please go out there, exercise your democratic right to vote for the waiver wire order how you want it to be. Reverse order of standings or switch to the last after you pick up a waiver wire claim. Everyone has their preferences. Everyone's an expert, apparently. So go vote. Make your opinion known. So now that we got it out of the way, I hope Luke's happy. I've changed the waiver wire order. The only one who actually picked up a waiver was Tony. He's at the bottom. Luke, you're right after that. So if you were like kind of first in the waiver wire and now you're down at the bottom, you know who to ask or who to blame for that is the Lone Grangers, because that's the way he wanted it. That's the way it is. I want to be fair to everyone. If someone asked, I respond in kind. So I hope everyone's happy. So, Mr. Stranglehold, that opening song was for you, LaGrange. Now let's get into the actual scores of this week. We had a couple of good games, a couple of blowouts. The one really good one was BB and Drank in My Cup, which is Kyle. That's going to be our squeaker of the weeker. BB pulled it out by 4 points from Demarius Thomas last night. So I'm sure he was watching that game late night, figuring out whether he was going to win or not. But BB, you got the W, pulled it out. I got my ass kicked. All my players, some of them got hurt. Some of them just didn't do as well as they planned. Of course, my bench outscored my starters, which is always usually happens for me. Let's see. Bobby didn't stand a chance. And I'm going to give a quick kudos, shout out, award to Tim for starting Kareem Hunt. Great start. It won it for you before the game even started on Thursday, really. You were way ahead. There was no way Bobby was ever catching you. And then LaGrange, you got beat by Alex. It's funny that you say you got a stranglehold on the league, but you lost your first game. I don't understand how losing the first game constitutes stranglehold, but I guess in your mind it does. I also have a feeling that when you wrote that message, it was 11:30 at night, so you're probably a little sauced. Probably just wanted to get all your anger out that you lost the game and wanted to have someone to bitch at me, and you turned it towards me. That's okay. I can take it, right? So, Luke, you lost. You got beat by a guy who has never drafted. Caesar drafted for LX. Never drafted once in his life. Picked a team, beat you by 9 points. It was a close game, I'll give you that, but still got that W, or still got that L on your name. Let's see. Sambo, good job beating Scott over there. I didn't think your team was going to do that well, but you proved me wrong. Got up to 100. Let's see. And then Mike, even though you only scratched out 80 points, you still got the win over Chris because his team sucks so bad. It's almost like he actually started Julian Edelman, right? So those were our games of the week. Good game. Let's go to next week real quick, and I'll give you my picks, and I will let you guys go on with your day. So let's see. LaGrange, you're playing me this week. So a good chance for you to exercise your stranglehold on me, get all those waiver wire picks that you want, and just totally fuck me up. So even though I know you have a stranglehold, I'm going to pick myself to win this week, of course, because I always pick myself. So let's see. Tim and LX. I want to go with Tim because you're the hot hand. So I'm going to keep with you. If Kareem Hunt does like he did, he'll be sitting pretty this game. But Stephon Diggs did tear it up for LX, so you never know. Let's see here. Bobby, you're playing Tony. Tony's just going to whoop you, but I need Tony to lose a few games, so I'm going to pick Bobby just for shits and gigs. Scott, you're playing BB. BB has the momentum from that close win on Monday night, so I'm going to give it to BB this next week. Kyle, you're playing Mike. I think, Kyle, you deserve a win after that sad loss last week, so I'm going to give it to you. And Mike, with only 80 points, you got a lucky one, so you're going to have a loss coming to you coming up next. And last but not least, Chris and Sam. So Chris, I know you talked this weekend about never picking last and how it kind of threw off your draft, and I understand it happens, but also there's no crying in fantasy football, so suck it up. I'm going to pick you this week. You can turn around, and then you don't have to talk shit about yourself, about how bad your team is. All right, guys, so there's the picks for this week. A few other notes of interest. If you're in Austin this weekend, I'm doing poker at my house starting at 9. I've got 6 players in already. So if you want to come join, buy-ins 20, cash game. You can rebuy as many times as you want. I'm also having a garage sale at my house Saturday morning, so if you want to come buy some of my old shit, come on through. We'll be here early that morning. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the virtual field.